Hello, this is Kirill from forexboat.com and welcome to the 9th tutorial on testing and optimization in MetaTrader 4. Congratulations on completing the theoretical section of the course, and now we are moving on to the practical section. And in this part of the course we will download and install an expert advisor. We'll learn how to import data into the terminal. We'll conduct back tests and optimizations. We'll do some forward tests. We'll even run a demo test, which will be several weeks long. So it's an exciting time ahead, and I'm really happy that you're on board and very looking forward to doing this section together. But before we can proceed, of course, we have to understand the expert advisor that we'll be working with, and I would like to introduce you to SimpleSystem version 5.0. This particular algorithmic trading system was originally developed as part of another course that I'm running, which is called Algorithmic Trading for Complete Beginners. It's a course on programming in MQL4. It's the green course in my series of courses, and if you ever want to learn how to program expert advisors in MQL4 for the MetaTrader 4 platform, I do highly encourage you to check it out. It's very comprehensive, and whether you're a beginner or you have some basic programming knowledge, you will learn heaps from this course, and by the end of it you'll be able to create your own Forex robots just like the one we will be using in our current course on testing and optimization. So we'll be working with this SimpleSystem version 5.0. So I've decided that the best way to introduce you to this expert advisor would be to actually show you the video which demonstrates how I came up with the idea and how I explained it for the first time in that course on programming in MQL4. I hope you'll enjoy it, and I'll see you right away on the other side. I wanted to come up with a trading system that we would program in this series of tutorials, but I didn't want it to be just a generic indicator-based system or something that we would code just for the sake of training and practicing and upping up our programming skills. I wanted to actually make it interesting by actually finding a pattern in the market and something that we can exploit and something that will give our system a chance so that it can actually be profitable and it can bring us money in the end. And that way it'll be more interesting and more fun to create the code for the system. So what I was doing, I was looking at the British pound dollar chart, and this is what I found. I found that often the British pound will, at the start of the day, it'll move in one direction, and then around 9 o'clock or maybe 8, 9, 10, 11 o'clock, it will actually jump in the opposite direction. So as you can see here, it's the red line is showing that the British pound was going down from the start of the day from 00 to here it's 13 o'clock, and then it jumped back up. Here we can see the opposite happening. The British pound dollar started at 1.7129, went up to 1.7136, and then it jumped or tumbled all the way back down. And so this dependency can be observed quite often. Sometimes you can't observe it, like for example here on the 16th of July 2014, it's going flat pretty much, no big movements, and the biggest span here is about 20 pips. Can't really make a profit of that on British pound dollar H1 chart or 1 hour chart. Here what you can see is that it's just going down, just plain down, and that's why there's no bounce back up, and that's why I put the X's here, meaning that can't really trade, or if we trade we won't make a profit on these days if we try to trade this pattern that we've noticed. However, here yesterday on the 18th of July 2014, what happened was it went up, and then the British pound dollar went up, and around 10 o'clock it tumbled all the way down. So that's the dependency I noticed, and that's what we're going to try to put at the core of our system and build a whole trading strategy around, and of course automate it in the process. Alright, I hope you found that presentation useful, and now you know how the SimpleSystem expert advisor was created. Of course, what was discussed in the previous video is just the basic original version of the SimpleSystem expert advisor. Since then, there have been multiple modifications and adjustments to the code. And I just wanted to mention that what you will be presented with in this course is SimpleSystem version 5.0, and it is a trading system which is not available anywhere else but this course. So in a sense, that's a proprietary algorithmic trading system which I'll be giving away to you, and that's exactly what we will be working with further in this course. In the rest of this video, I wanted to quickly talk about the improvements which have been made in SimpleSystem version 5.0. So let's go ahead to the MetaTrader 4 trading platform and look at the Expert Advisor there. Now I have already installed the Expert Advisor into my trading terminal, but don't worry, I will show you how this is done in the next tutorial. For now we just need it because we would like to look at the parameters. So I'll bring up the input screen here and we'll just go through them one by one. Start hour is essentially the hour when we're looking for the trading pattern, and that was something that was outlined in the demonstration video, and here the default value is 9 o'clock in the morning. Min pip limit is a new parameter which has been introduced in SimpleSystem version 5.0, and it is actually an improvement which was suggested by one of the students in the course on algorithmic trading for complete beginners, and it works quite well, and we'll discuss this further down the track in the course. What it does essentially is it specifies what the minimum distance should be between the open price of the day and the price of this hour for the Expert Advisor to be triggered and for it to be able to create trades. So if I say 10 pips, then if the movement was less than 10 pips, then orders won't be triggered. So it's kind of an additional filter. The take profit and stop loss are pretty self-explanatory. Lots is a parameter which allows you to control the volume of your transactions. MA period and use MA filter is something we'll discuss now. So MA period was introduced in version 2.0, which was also developed in the algorithmic trading for beginners course. However, use MA filter is a switch which was not available then. It's only available in version 5.0. The best way to describe these two parameters is to have a look on the chart. So what the MA filter does is it actually allows us to control our transactions and have an additional point of reference for when we actually want to trade and not. If we put a 100 period moving average onto this chart, then you'll see that it just so happens that we are trading up when the price is below the moving average. If we go back here a bit, and we see two cases when the price went up from the start of the day and then tumbled down, and if we look at the same moving average, then in this case we're trading down when the price is above the moving average. And so this is very counterintuitive, because usually you would use the moving average as a trend indicator, and when the price is above the moving average, that means that it's a bullish market and therefore you should trade buy orders. But in this case we're creating sell orders. And same thing on the contrary, when the price is below the moving average, it's a bearish market and you should be creating sell orders, but what we're doing is creating buy orders. And when you think about it, it isn't actually a paradox. What essentially this means is that we are trading retracements. This means that original movement, which is outlined here in blue and here in red, at the start of the day is in line with the trend. But what we're doing is we're trading in the opposite direction, meaning we're catching these small retracements. And that's perfectly fine. It just means that our trading strategy is a counter trend trading strategy. So that's all for today, and all of this will make much more sense in the future when we are working very closely with this Expert Advisor further down the track in the course. And I look forward to seeing you in the next tutorial. Until then, happy trading.